Hello everyone, and welcome back to the altars. It's day 47, and we have a magnetic storm coming in 5 hours, and we are very short on metal. So, before anything else, we're going to spend the last 5 hours before the magnetic storm comes fixing, or at least alleviating that slightly. So, metals deposit. Five hours of mining. Then, if we can somehow get it done. Yes.
Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next?
Yes, if we can. No, actually, don't go here. That's where I'm working. Go away. Did I? Silence. You go refine. And yeah. If I can somehow make it work, I want to put another automatic outpost. Let's have the technician do it. Another automatic outpost on the enriched metals deposit. Because that way we have like a steady stream as long as someone, either me or one refiner, is manning the refinery. We have a steady stream of both organics and metals, even during the storm, like right now. So, what else can we do? We could actually use the time, assuming it's not too irradiated out there, to place our first gravity sensor. Because it seemed really urgent. Yeah, I think it's fine. Wait. I'm running in the wrong direction though. As always.
Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next?
Yeah.
My workplace is damaged. Should I work on this?
Yeah, go fix that. Does moving through the barrier do anything to your radiation resistance? I don't think so, right? Still, especially during a magnetic storm, we don't want to risk touching those. Maybe we should also get rid of this anomaly here. Oh wait, we can't, right? Do we have a battery? I'm using a battery. We're good. That up. And over there is where we want to place the sensor. We'll get some radiation sickness, but I think it's fine.
This looks like a good spot to use the gravity sensor.
Now, do I have to use it? Oh, okay.
Should I resolve this?
Time.
John, there's
To
an
have that.
issue we need to discuss. Let's meet.
Yeah, later.
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
We also want to keep an eye out for these the planetary sample thingies, but I think they get shown on the map, right? So if there are any left, they're not within my discovered area. Anything we can do here? We don't really need to remove that rock blockade. That would be a waste of resources. Okay. Time to head back. How's the base looking? Not that good, actually. How's the queue looking? Is anyone working the queue? Technician. Technician, you should go maintenance. And someone else should do this. Yeah. Base is in bad condition, so we should probably spend some time repairing as well.
Need to do this? Would you like me to go there?
Okay, looking better. Is already assigned, yep. The technician and the scientist are fighting in the dormitory. Why? Oh shit.
You're pathetic.
Alright. These guys had a fight before, right? We'll deal with that once all the rooms are fixed. Production queue. Did we build another automatic outpost? Not yet. But it's getting built, I think. Anything we should do right now with our resources? Are there any rooms we can build without spending metal? No. Everything's costing metal. We don't really want to go out right now because of radiation.
Fucked up world we live in.
Yeah. What could we spend our time on? Because I think... No, the all stopped working. Some of them at least. But our workshop is still getting done. And scientist is injured. Unwell. I got into a fight with the technician. Did he get injured in... Okay. Let's put him in the infirmary then. Apart from that... I do wanted to check something at the quantum computer, but it's still broken. Only for 10 more seconds though. I'm wondering why it's these two that are... I wanted to maybe read up on their branch. Why these two seem to be the ones that get along the worst. Technician and scientist. Okay, it's fixed. Because the scientist is us, but maybe the idealistic version that decided to go on the path of science and research, and the technician is the one that rejected college. In order to take care of mom. Okay. I think when we overheard their fight the last time, I think the... Oh no, when we spoke to him, I think that it was about pride, and the scientist said something like, if not for your accomplishments and for your convictions, what is there to be proud of? And I think technician took pride in his decision to wait. Did he stand up to that, or did he just? Was that another one? Back to the computer. Because there's another split, right? Between... Yeah, okay, yeah. He's standing up to them, both him and Miner. But Miner did kind of come around and Technician never did, so yeah. Okay. So that's what he takes pride in. They both kind of developed to be quite similar in the sense that they are both very pride people, but they developed, their sense of pride came from two very different places. And maybe in that sense they also are both the ones with the strongest convictions, I think. The Miner is just pretty depressed, the Botanist is also very depressed but has like kind of like a hippie vibe, and the Refiner just gives kind of surfer gym bro for some reason, but maybe it's the accent the voice actor is putting on that gives that. Okay, let's talk to the scientist. Maybe we can talk to him about the fight. No, we can't, but we can talk to him about the gravity sensor, which actually is more important right now.
So, did you get any interesting readings from the gravity sensor? Yes, fascinating stuff. The gravity field distortion forms a remarkable pattern. It's not like any of the other distortions we've encountered.
Is it connected to the interval?
Do you think it's connected to the interval? Looks like everything's connected here. I told you that gravity distortions have been observed on previous missions, but the scale of this one, it's unprecedented.
What previous
And
missions?
It's making me wonder. About what? You see, logically, objects on the proximity plane shouldn't have a mass in our reality. So how could they have such a strong impact on our gravity? It could lead to some extremely revolutionary hypotheses. It's so annoying that I can't devote more time to this problem.
Yeah. What I was going to say is, at this point I wish, because the characters, all individually, and Jan Prime as well, all have some knowledge about the mission, and maybe the missions, like the circumstances, and the missions that came before, like... but we as the player don't get this information. I'm wondering if it's just deemed not relevant, or if there's some kind of gotcha coming that would be more obvious if we knew more about the way the whole exploration program is set up, the Allied Corps thing and the previous missions and such. Yeah. If there's something we as the player are not told here that the characters know, but that maybe is a setup for some reveal later. Because I do find it kind of frustrating to not know, and to not really know the original premise, apart from, you know, that same Project Dolly slide that we see on all the quantum computers, but the characters have to know more, right? So, yeah. How do we proceed?
So, how do we proceed? Well, it looks like we have no other way but to destroy this extraordinary phenomenon. Are you serious? How am I supposed to use the Illuminator on that? No, the Illuminator won't help us here. We'll need to create a counterforce that will neutralize the gravity field. It will have to be very powerful and extremely precise. I'll need some time to make the calculations.
Where are we getting the power from?
Mistake, and this whole thing can go dangerously wrong.
Can we blow a hole in the canyon wall instead? Hurry up, we don't have much time. I can't imagine you making a mistake. I mean... let's flatter him, why
I
not?
can't even imagine you making a mistake. Yes, well, you've clearly forgotten our exam in algebraic topology. I have, yeah? Yeah, we lost a whole 10 points just because of one stupid miscalculation. It haunts me to this day. Still, nice to have your trust. Just give me the time to study this case properly, and I'm sure it'll be fine.
Right, is there... Sure is. Screw ALX metals conversion. It's time to research neutralizer towers. I'm really afraid to find out how many resources we're going to need to build these. But for now, anything else to do before we go to sleep? The base is looking fine. Resources, we have enough. Food, we don't have a lot of metal, so we're a little short, where we're getting kind of backlogged on some uphold items. Did we end up producing the automatic outpost? We did. But I think that thing also only works during the day, and we can't head outside right now anyway, so... Well, let's head to our cabin, and the first thing we should do tomorrow is put that automatic outpost on the enriched metal deposit. Day 48. What's that noise? Emergency in the base. Do you mean emergency in the base? Oh. Is it just talking about the magnetic storm? I sure hope so. I'm heading out to the enriched metals deposit in order to pick up the enriched metal deposit outpost and place an automatic one instead. And then I'm going back to base. Sure, there's also another movie that I should remember the next time we have a lot of spare time in the evening. We should show that, because young technician is angry, scientist is a bit annoyed, botanist is clearly sad, miner is frightened, and refiner is feeling okay. So, yeah, we could do with some joy. Okay. I think I might go out and mine some metals, despite the magnetic storm. Because we can afford it. Yeah. You should go once you're healed back to your research lab, and I mean, if you're working 12-hour shifts, we should have the neutralizer towers at least researched by tomorrow.
American supply looks very low.
That's not good. Let's check. Production. Yeah. Uh-oh. We're out of repair kits. Is anyone working workshop? Yeah, botanist is working workshop. Is anyone working refinery? No, refiner should work refinery. Let's check the refinery, because we should have... No. Is our thing not working? Our automatic outpost? I'm not sure. Do we really don't have enough repair kits even to fix the stuff that's already broken? No, we don't. But we're also getting short on radiation filters. How did this happen? Was it because of this? No. How are we low on everything? I guess I need to head out and mine more metal then. Is everyone doing something productive right now? You aren't. Because for some reason we are not getting any enriched metals from our auto miner. You two are not doing anything productive because you don't have any repair kits. The greenhouse is broken. Okay. I'm gonna mine some metal. But yeah, we're getting zero. Am I stupid? Auto outpost. Not working. What do you mean not working? Why not? Is our other auto miner working? No. Okay, these... okay. Fuck me then. These just generally don't work in a magnetic storm. That's not great.
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
Yes. As all of our modules fail, at least we just finished our park with bench research. Okay, let's not die out here. Time to go back. How's the base looking? Not great. We currently have 3 more radiation filters, so we can afford to move at least 1 repair kit craft ahead, especially because in 8 more hours the magnetic storm is going to be over anyway. So, is there anything else to do? No. So, botanist, get out of the workshop. I'm gonna handle the workshop queue. I really want Jan Crafter.
I'd like to be alone.
Yeah, get out of here then. There we go. And I'm gonna handle the 3rd repair. Over in the communications room. Jan Miner is doing overtime work, yeah, so he can handle it. You can go back into your greenhouse. Food situation is looking good. We don't need Miner on this. We can already pre-assign him on our metals outpost for tomorrow. Wait, is he gonna head out now? I mean, we can afford it, so. And well, no one is going to be working the workshop queue. Sure is, so let us finish up. The miner's at the airlock. He came back to the base very late. Okay. Sure. Yeah. What does that mean, though? I don't know. Okay, exhaustion, time to head to sleep, and when we wake up we should be out of the magnetic storm. Maybe we should have slept in the infirmary to get rid of the rats, but Should be fine. Day 49. The sun is getting closer. Increased planet activity. Night radiation starts 1 hour earlier. Anomaly activity has increased. New resources appeared on the planet's surface. A new interval vein has appeared on the planet's surface. That's important actually. We need that because we promised some altar that we research something anti-radiation gizmo or whatever. And we have a call. The call should wait until the evening. We need to head out and explore. First finish our workshop queue.
I'd like to draw your
We
attention to
also finished the research on the what was it? Neutralizer towers. Also gonna deal with that in the evening. Yeah, the radiation repulsor. So the next planetary sample we get is locked for that. We definitely need that. For now we could spend another... we can research something else that doesn't cost not a lot left. Either ALX metals conversion. Probes upgrade would be kind of nice to have, but it again feels like it doesn't save us any resources or time, really. The anomaly shield is nice, but it's also quick crafting, illuminator range, illuminator density. Is there anything super useful down there? No, so I'm gonna take the Alex metals conversion for now. And then what's going on here? Neutralizer tower. 160 160 metals and 160 minerals, and we need two of those, so 320 metal, 320 minerals. So good thing our newly built auto outposts are both working now, and our refiner is working in the refinery, so everything should be set up for a successful automatic production. Yeah, you handle the base workshop, and we are going to go out and do some exploring because we still need to explore the part of the map where we are going to place the other gravity whatever or else. And we want to tap into those two internal veins to research the anti-radiation. Okay, let's orient ourselves. It's behind us. Yeah. First try. Now up. There we go. Old dogs can learn new tricks after all. There it is. Let's grab our illuminator. What do we need to do again? I think suck it and then... And then of course take a anomaly to the face. Ooh, trippy. Where are we going? Huh? I lost the trail? Isn't it here and then? And then? And then? I don't understand. Oh, maybe through there. I should probably destroy this pulsing thing. Okay, can we go? Oh, it's 2. I think I start to understand how that works now. I think it was quite literally described in the manual as well, with the you gotta learn the posing pattern, but I don't know, I never spent enough time with the Luminator aimed at it to figure it out. Okay, it's actually here. Maybe we can do the high climb there. 2 medium climbs there. There's also another way to explore, but I think that's just an arch over. What's this? Oh, the LX, right? Let's grab that. Does this go anywhere? No, it's a dead end with some radiation. Oh. It's an enriched metals deposit. Okay, so not quite a dead end. Pretty irradiated already, but maybe we can see if there's anything big up here. Don't think so. Yeah, I think it's down there. But I don't want to spend too much time in the high radiation area. So should we... Yeah, I think we should take the high climb. And in order to do that, we're going to have to use the battery. Okay, even higher. Oh, and it links... I think that's the way that links up. Can we get a travel pylon up here? How much can we... Yeah, it's already in the queue. Okay. Guess it's gonna happen then eventually. Is that a moving... I really don't want to use... Okay. I think one more and I'm dead, so... Let's be careful. Up there is where we will place the second draft tower. I'm pretty sure. Don't think there's a reason to climb up there for me right now. So let's check this. While being very careful not to run into any anomalies. This looks like some more luggage. Body Swap by Chris and Jack. A witch performs a body swap on 2 guys to teach them a lesson.
Nice. I don't know that movie.
Who packed it then? Someone else from our crew? Is that the first time we found luggage that wasn't ours? Or did we just... Is it implied that we did find it but just didn't take it because it wasn't ours? Or because it wasn't useful? Glass photo. A photo taken during my junior year at uni. I had no idea back then that I would marry the girl standing in the front row, and that we would get divorced a few years later. I don't really know why I took it. I guess a part of me likes to remember those sweet, naive moments when we thought this marriage could work. So we're giving this to the botanist then?
Where my stuff landed here.
Yeah. Any anomalies down here? And where does this go? Oh, I think this goes exactly where we want to go. I think down here is where we'll find our internal planetary sample. Oh, wait, but didn't I want to place... There's not really... well, if I could build a travel pylon, yeah, I think we should. I think it's reachable from somewhere down at the base, and it saves either like a huge hike or at least one high climb, if not two. Because for now we don't really have any... Yeah, so far we haven't built any outposts here, so we can't really skip this high climb at all. So let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think there's a way to put a travel pylon here. Not sure if it will actually connect with down there, but maybe it will. So let's put it here. And I just gotta make sure to remember to connect it later. For now we'll head towards the end of the internal trail. While making sure not to step into any more anomalies. I gotta remember I'm low on health. So far it's not beeping at me. It's not beeping. I'm happy. There's a high climb there for more exploration, but low HP. I'm happy if I can get the... Uh-oh. Okay, okay. Only 3 more bars of energy left. And there's a time anomaly down there, and potentially a moving one, or maybe a pulsing one to the left. And here is the trail. Please tell me it's not going down there. I think that's a no from me. Yeah, I think we shouldn't do this right now. How do I get out though? This way. Uh-oh. Time dilation. Okay, time dilation's fine though. But there... Okay, this bubble up there is scaring me. Okay, there's no reason to risk it. We can spend the night in the infirmary and come back later. There's no reason to risk Shit. Come on. Okay. Oh, another one. It's not moving though, is it? I'm running past it. Okay. We're good. Let's try and connect our travel pylon up there. Wait, that's not the one we just placed. It's behind us. It's up there. Building mode. Pylon. Why do I have 8 pylon? Did I queue 8 pylon parts? Am I stupid? Okay. It's not going to connect. Ooh. Not even close. There we go. Yeah, we're grabbing that tomorrow. We should be fine. How much time do we have left on the task? Oh shit. We're not going to make that. I think. I think I gotta commit. Oh no. I don't even remember which way to go. Well, it was down there, right? No, but I can't. I can't. There's literally a time. We gotta do it first thing tomorrow. There's literally a time dilation in the way, and I can't afford to spend time of the time dilation, because it's gonna get night, and once it's night, I can't. Once it's, I think, 7 or 8 p.m. the radiation storm comes and I'm already low HP. It's no, can't do it. Let's talk to Dr. Maxwell. I'm assuming it's him who's calling. Yeah.
Hello?
Jan, Maxwell here.
It's good to hear you. Things are getting more and more tense in here.
Yeah, I know. Lucas told me everything. I set to work at once analyzing the data you sent. I won't lie to you. This condition you discovered is something never seen before. I can confirm what you probably already suspect. It is highly probable that it is induced by accelerated brain tissue development which your alters have undergone. I am very sorry this has happened, but nobody could have predicted it. As I've said before, you're a pioneer, Jan. Unexpected setbacks come with the job.
Yeah, but how did it work so well? I'm not confused that there's problems with it. I'm confused at how well it worked for a substance that allegedly we are the first humans to ever use. Being a builder is my job. Easy to be sorry from behind the desk. I mean, sure, but what is he supposed to do? You can agonize over the morals about doing this, and we have in the past, or I have at length, but there was really no choice. And I don't think anyone would have, in this situation, would have done much differently if you had said, like, we're not 100% sure that it works. Right, of course we aren't. And for what it's worth, it worked really well, right? Whatever, being a builder is my job.
Being a builder is my job.
It's the job you signed up for. But it's not who you are anymore, is it? Not just who you are. You've crossed the threshold, and now, I suppose, well, you have to face the trial.
Is he just speaking metaphorically, or? I don't like how that sounds.
I don't like how that sounds.
It's understandable. Just try to keep an open mind.
What would I have to do?
Prepare a treatment based on biological material from a healthy donor.
That would be us.
Of what exactly?
Brain cells.
Yeah, of course.
Great. I volunteer.
That's generous of you, but you can't donate brain tissue.
What? Why not? I'm the only one who's not affected.
Because it would kill you. It's not blood samples we're talking about, but a significant amount of brain tissue from the cortex.
So, how did you want me to get it?
There is only one solution.
And that is...
You have Rapidium, Jan. You have the womb.
Huh?
All you need to do is create a copy of your body, but without applying the branching procedure. By leaving its mind records blank, you will create a being with no awareness, no feelings, no thoughts. A biological vessel, if you will. A tabula rasa.
Would you? Why? I guess the assumption is that it's basically brain dead. Just a body. Yeah, I don't know. I never really asked myself what would happen. But for some reason I would have expected like consciousness to be something that just independently develops anyway, and all we're doing is basically with the branching procedure and then injecting the memories is updating, like kind of like updating the firmware, you know, of the brain. But I guess not. I guess for some reason it need. But Dolly. I didn't really pay attention to Dolly. Maybe, and I don't really know how a sheep is supposed to act. Maybe Dolly really was not Dolly, Molly, right? Our sheep was like vacant in terms of brain activity. I didn't really pay attention. Or did we have a personality construct of a sheep to inject into Molly after she grew? I'm not sure, but yeah, if we accept for a second that there's no consciousness that develops at any point during this, if you just clone a human cell with Rapidium and have it grow, then I think, yeah, sure, why wouldn't you do this, right? There's pretty much no downside, like, yeah.
Are you seriously suggesting what I think you are? You want me to create an alternate version of myself in order to extract his cortex?
What do
No.
you think makes us human, Jan? Our body or our mind? This life form would not be an alter, because it simply wouldn't be human at all. It would only be a body.
Why though? I don't know, maybe we have to accept it. Maybe we have to accept that the magic essence that gives us consciousness and makes us human just isn't just a consequence of a human cell duplicating and growing into like a human body. So there's something else missing then. I'm not sure if I would like believe that, but it could be, right? Won't he get sick as well? Well, first off, it wouldn't really be a he, right? It would be an it, a body. Tabula rasa will die. Let's ask, because I think Maxwell already explained that he, well, it's not really well explained very well at all, right? He said that he suspects this condition to come from the rapid growth of brain cells through the Rapidium, but why wouldn't that happen exactly if you would still have to rapidly grow brain cells with Rapidium? What's the difference? Why does he think that they won't get sick? It's actually a good question.
Wait, but if Rapidium-induced growth causes this, won't he get sick as well?
It shouldn't. Not if it stays fully sedated.
Yeah, he also
You
says
see, the
that's right.
mutation occurs in the part of the brain responsible for cognitive functions, thinking, learning, remembering.
Okay,
So as
interesting.
long as the vessel's cortex stays inactive, it will remain a clean slate, and its brain tissue will be safe to use.
Okay, wait. Are we intervening to stop his cortex from becoming inactive? I mean, at some point you have like an abortion debate, but okay, but yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to clarify.
So, tabula rasa is doomed to die.
No, doomed to never live,
I
right?
see what worries you. The possible existence of the human factor some people call the soul. Personally, I prefer the word used by Avicenna, essence.
I think I said essence before,
You
right?
see, Avicenna made a distinction between essence and existence, which he thought was the domain of the accidental, or, as you would put it, the choices that shape us. Essence, on the other hand, is that core of a being which endures, regardless of any circumstances. For Avicenna, essence proved that there was a God who created us. For me, it's a whole new field of study.
Are you
Just
nuts?
think about it. What if we looked at this essence just like we look at any other aspect of a human being? Its body, mind, emotions, something that can be scientifically observed, trained, even enhanced. Isn't that exactly what you were doing with your altars, Jan?
I think this guy might be a little crazy. I mean, maybe he's not really, because he's right. And I think what he's saying is there is the essence is shared between all Jans. I think that's what I'm meant to take from that. And the essence is the thing that makes all of them Jan, regardless of their choices and regardless of their individual existence or non-existence. I'm not 100% sure I know what he's saying. And how it relates to tabula rasa. Because I don't see how it relates to tabula rasa. Is he saying that tabula rasa would still share our essence? Or that's... I'm not sure. Maybe he elaborates. Hopefully he elaborates.
Is that what you want me to do with them? Train them? Enhance them?
Of course not. I was only trying to show you how deeply rooted we are in sentimental superstitions our culture imposes on us. All I'm suggesting is that you look at this empty altar's essence in the same way a sculptor looks at a stone that is too brittle to carve in.
What?
There's no logical reason to fear dismissing it. Lucas and I went back to our old research to recreate a piece of code we once discarded. One that allowed for a much more flexible approach to erasing human memories. It can serve you to increase the capabilities of the quantum computer and create the tabula rasa version of yourself.
Upgrade the quantum computer? With the use of your banned research, but what about Ally Corp? What about the consequences for me when they find out about all the rules I've broken? A simple builder? I mean, creating my altars is one thing, but this... I could get accused of much bigger violations.
Can I trust you, Jan?
Oh... I think they might have been... Whatever their motives were, they might have been right to cut him off. I don't really have a strong argument yet, but for some reason I have like a very visceral reaction to Maxwell's worldview. I really feel like this guy should be stopped. But I mean, we have to play along with him either way, right? But I don't like where this is going.
That depends. If I can trust you.
I'm putting a lot at stake for you. Of course you can trust me. Ally Corp doesn't have to know anything. Whatever happens from now on can stay strictly between you and me. I told you that I'd do anything to protect your mission, and I wasn't joking. Follow my instructions, and I'll take care of everything else.
Ally Corp has a big medical department. My ex-wife works there. Are you sure we shouldn't turn to them for help instead of harvesting this biological vessel against the law?
You managed to keep both your wife and her employers at arm's length for so long, and I can only repeat that it was the wisest decision. You need to believe me, it really isn't in your interest, or the interest of your alters, for them to find out.
I do believe
We
that.
can do this. Are you with me?
I really, yeah, I really don't want to help. I'm beginning to think that he really believes that Rapidium will change humanity for the better, but I'm no longer sure I'm going to be agreeing with his methods. Because if I'm reading this correctly, his vision for the future of humanity is kind of a hyper-optimized or transhumanist version where we are all optimizing and simulating and editing our own essence to be the best versions of ourselves, to basically collapse the infinite lessons we could learn across the infinite universes with the infinite amount of different choices we could have made and collapse them all into one superhuman. And yeah, I don't know why, but I have an immediate very negative emotional reaction to that. So I wouldn't be on board immediately with this. I need to think it through.
This is all very confusing. I need to think it through before I make any decisions.
Of course. I'm sure you'll come to the right conclusion. You're a smart man, Yandolski. Let me just make one thing clear. My goal isn't to undermine Ally Corp's operations. It's not resentment that drives me. Yes, my career was broken because of their short-sightedness, but I'm not seeking revenge. I just believe that I have a much deeper understanding of the full potential of your mission, and the means to execute this potential. All they could ever do is take the Rapidium you've found and use it to boost the prices of their shares.
I think that's also true.
Sure, maybe a few hungry people would benefit as a side effect, but it would all be temporary, insignificant. An opportunity lost.
Yeah, he has like a grand vision
no, I'm
for
not against
humanity.
them. But I know that by withholding some information from them, we can achieve so much more. Just think about it, Jan. Think about how much everything you're going through is really worth. Because to the corporation, you are just an instrument. To me, you are a gift.
Oh, man. That's rough. I still feel I don't 100% understand what Maxwell is saying. I think the way... I've forgotten the name of the original project. Honor or whatever. The original project was to edit the memories of live humans, right? To edit memories and probably delete memories in case of military veterans with PTSD. And the goal as Ally Corp, I think he was doing it for Ally Corp, I'm not 100%, but the goal of the corporation or of the military that had a contract with, I think it was Ally Corp, was to remove basically the PTSD from the veterans and put them back in the field, which, you know, on the one hand you can argue it's a good thing to help alleviate trauma, but on the other hand, what are you doing if all you're using it for is just putting the people back into the field to traumatize them all over again? And from the call before we had with Maxwell, he described that he believed that you could use the technology they were using, like the editing of human memories, to create something much bigger, to optimize, not only to heal, but to go like a step further. I'm not sure if they already. Yeah, I guess they were at this stage, basically the way we were, to where they could edit memories and basically optimize for certain traits. Since they didn't have Rapidium, they actually used it or were working on it, I guess, on live specimen, or that was the intended use, because at that point there was no way to quickly generate a human tabula rasa or whatever. But yeah, I also believe that for some reason I believe that's a very dangerous path, the path that Maxwell is walking, and I can't really put it into words yet why. So I'm really interested to see where the story goes in terms of Maxwell's agenda and Maxwell's vision, and I'm sure there's going to be a choice. And I also believe everything Maxwell says about Ally Corp. Like that Ally Corp is a corporation at the end of the day and is only looking to optimize their profit. While doing that, sometimes improvements happen, right? It's like in capitalism today. It's sometimes our quality of life gets better because of stuff corporations do, even though they're doing it in their own interest. It doesn't happen too often, and there's obviously plenty of criticism to be had for capitalism in that regard. But yeah, it sometimes helps, but at least in theory, it feels like you could achieve so much more, and that's what Maxwell is saying, if you just focused your efforts and went the idealistic route and went all for nothing. But I'm not sure, as I said, I share Maxwell's vision in that regard. Okay, let's quickly talk to the scientist. And then we'll have a lot to go through. He's hanging out in the social room.
We'll be all right, dude. We just need to take care of each other. You know that people are inherently selfish, right?
Do you know how we can neutralize the anomaly?
So, have you finished your calculations? Do you know how we can get the gravity field back to normal? Yes, the design is ready.
And it costs a shit ton of resources.
Will have to come from several sources. 2 neutralizing towers, 1 per each side of the canyon to cover the whole affected area. It will be an effort to build them, but if operated correctly, they should do the trick and give us safe passage through.
No problems with lots of time. Operated correctly?
What do you mean by operated correctly? Good question. Well, there's a little catch to the whole situation. Once you set up the towers, they will need to be operated simultaneously. So, we'll need to send 4 people up there at the same time. Oh. Yeah. Better shape up your crew if we're
that's you, including you? Not sure. Let's talk to him about this whole tabula rasa situation. I'm sure he has some input.
Hey there.
Even though
talked to Maxwell,
you're probably on Maxwell's side.
He came up with a cure for
Either
your
way.
condition. Really? Are you telling me there's hope? Yeah, it's some kind of sophisticated treatment based on healthy brain tissue. Maxwell sent us a formula. Oh, that's ambitious. What do you need me to do? Well, I'll need you to reprogram our quantum computer according to some old piece of code from Maxwell's experiments. He claims it's gonna let us create an Awareness-free alter. Awareness-free.
I don't know why. Is it? Maybe I'm having like that part is not really the part I'm worried about. The part, at least if I understand it correctly, if we can just produce, have generated organically a body that at no point ever has consciousness, I don't think there's any problem morally with that. I think it's just linked to this quantum computer upgrade that will lead us further towards the capabilities that Maxwell wants to harness. And I think we have to use that in order, and maybe that makes it icky. The fact that we, in order to be able to have him have no awareness at all, we need to update the quantum computer to basically create a blank firmware version of us. That's the way I'm conceptualizing it right now. And maybe that's the part that feels kind of icky. But yeah, as long as we're not willing to accept that the quantum computer, when it's simulating the infinite amount of life paths, is also killing an infinite amount of yarns, then basically creating a branch with a blank firmware of yarn to me also isn't killing anything. Yeah, we need a biological vessel to produce healthy cells.
The plan is to create a biological vessel from my DNA and extract lots of healthy brain tissue from it. Biological vessel to produce a healthy mutation-free brain. That makes sense. So, you're okay with it? It sounds like a promising idea. Why would I not be okay with it?
Because it's cruel, because these are not corporate instructions. I feel like scientist is... Yeah, he doesn't care. He's much more interested in where this goes as well. I think he would be ride or die with Maxwell as well. Let's ask because it's cruel, not because I believe it, but maybe Jan would.
Because it's cruel? Science is cruel. Survival.
Okay, so he
cruel.
thinks it's cruel as well?
But it's not just about our survival, right? The whole mission is at stake, Jan. That's what Maxwell said. Don't you find it odd that he's so reluctant to consult AliCorp Medical about our problem? It is slightly unsettling, I admit. Are you thinking of talking to them behind his back? I don't know. Maybe it was a mistake to cut Lena off like that. Look, this situation is starting to be a little too emotionally problematic for me. She's your ex, not mine. You decide whether you want to take the risk. Just remember, Maxwell gave us a viable option. Shouldn't we just proceed instead of complicating things?
I think actually we should. Yeah, because I think going against AliCorp, sure, but we're already in deep shit with AliCorp. AliCorp didn't authorize the whole branching and alters procedure, so I don't see why updating the quantum computer firmware is such a big deal now. We'll still bring Rupidium in the end, right? To them, so... I'm not on board with Maxwell's end goals, but I don't think what he's asking us to do for now, the tabula rasa situation, is cruel. Maybe I don't understand it correctly, but the way I'm understanding it, I don't think that's actually problematic. Because at no point is there any human life. And maybe that's a cope, and maybe I just let I got myself convinced by Maxwell. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling with it. So for now I'm saying we should proceed with what Maxwell said, and maybe I'm going to regret this very much later.
Maybe you're right. I'm overthinking it. Good. Just give me the green light, and I'll start researching that new QC functionality right away. Then we'll take it step by step. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. We can do this.
And there's really no other way. Like, I don't see how...
Quite the opposite.
I don't see how our alters have any chance of survival otherwise. Maybe I'm underestimating Lena or Ally Corp. But I think we have to go through with this at least until we can figure out if there's a cure for our alters. I basically think at this point going clean with Ally Corp would condemn them to their death, if it's even a real choice. I'm just... If it's not, then I'm just arguing from a roleplay point of view, obviously. Okay. That took the whole evening. We're going to bed. First things first tomorrow. We're getting the planetary sample, even though it's probably already too late to still finish the stronghold task, but I'm gonna at least try. And I am going to put quantum computer hacking in the research queue. I'm doing it. And everything else we'll see next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.